Hello and welcome back to C-Suite, a CEO chat. And yes, I am Shawana Kennedy, your host. I am excited that we are here. So welcome back, welcome back. This is the place where I get to have conversations, heart-to-heart conversations with CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs from all over the globe, where we talk about the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly of what that looks like to not only be a CEO, to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, and trying to make your way and navigate this space. So today I am excited. I'm excited because this young man, I've seen him all over social media. He is one that is full of energy. He is constantly encouraging people. He is a entrepreneur, he's a business owner, but he also is someone that helps people to shift their mindset as it relates to even their money. He is big on you being able to have more things in life. And I know I'm excited because who don't want to talk about money, right? Who don't want to talk about money? And this gentleman, and I believe he even recently, so I guess I should be actually calling him doctor because he recently received his doctorate in his humanitarian, and I'm excited. So without further ado, let's get our special guest, Mr. Keith Tucker, in right now. Hey, welcome. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I'm glad that you were able to find time in your schedule to just come over and have a chat with me. Now, I know I said a little bit about what it is that you get to do, but I believe you have a a phrase that you say, right? Because you often get to speak and you speak all over the place. And I believe it's something to the tone of note takers are money makers, right? Note takers are money makers. So just
Yes,
tell us a little bit more about what it is and what you get to do with the what is it, my economy, right? Because that's where you rule, you reign, you get to
yes,
empower people. Talk to us a little bit about the my economy.
yes. So, my econ is a company that's based out of Atlanta, Georgia. We're a 19-year-old company. We're debt free. We got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and our ultimate goal is to help empower people to attain personal financial success. And we have so many different strategies, from teaching people how to repair their credit, how to eliminate debt, how to budget, learn how to invest, as well as learning how to have multiple streams of income, because we live in a time where one stream of income is too close to none. And you don't want to be in that situation that if you ever lose that one stream of income, you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay the bills.
Yeah, that is the truth. Being in a two income household myself, I truly do understand that. And sometimes people are not always afforded the opportunity to have 6 months worth of savings. So anything could happen, let alone a
Yes,
pandemic. Life could just simply show up and your house
yes,
is flipped upside down because you don't have that nest egg. I want to know when I think about, I believe you've been in business for over a decade, and
yes,
what made you
yes.
want to even do that? What made you want to go down that road?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I did not have a desire to be a business owner at first. And I got in a situation, believe it or not, because I didn't have financial literacy taught to me, especially in schools, where I got myself into a lot of debt. I had bought a brand new house, I had bought a brand new car, and got a debt fast. And lo and behold, I met a gentleman, believe it or not, on a football field, watching my son play football, and he was educating some other dads about financial literacy and entrepreneurship. And so as I listened to his conversation to those other dads, encouraged me to go ahead and be my own business owner, because it's nothing like working a job. There's nothing wrong with a job. I tell people all the time, be thankful for your job, just don't be satisfied. See, when you're an entrepreneur, you get a chance to basically control your own economy. You can control your own paycheck. Unlike a job, you're on someone else's schedule, someone else's time. Where entrepreneurship, you get a chance to have an opportunity to change your whole outlook on your finances, because you can control your time and energy.
That is so true, and that's why I say even though for a lot of us, sometimes, especially depending on if you're year one, two, three, you tend to put in until you have a team. You're putting in more than you would if you were punching a clock. But there are certain benefits and there are certain liberties and freedoms that I wouldn't trade for the world. I would not change it for the world. Now,
Yes.
when you did that, and we
Yes.
think about the good and the bad and sometimes ugly of being a CEO or being someone that's in charge, you the leader, you the man. People count and depend on you, not just your family, but if you have any, type of a team, even if it's a assistant of sorts, it's having those conversations. So what was it like for you in the beginning when you didn't have someone to potentially make phone calls or do things like that?
At the beginning, it was very nerve wracking because I didn't know anything about entrepreneurship. I didn't know anything about making phone calls. In fact, I didn't even know anything about sales as well. And I was thankful that this gentleman took time out of his schedule to literally hold my hand throughout the process. Believe it or not, I had a lot of ups and downs. I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning. And one of the things I tell people all the time, when you get into entrepreneurship, you don't want to procrastinate too much. One thing I learned a long time ago, procrastination is the assassination to your destination. I say that again. Procrastination is the assassination to your destination. A lot of times we got to do what Nike, just do it.
Yeah, I like that. So I hope y'all taking notes. Now, I told you before, he said that's one of the things that he is infamous for is making sure people understand when he step on the platform, when he step into space, you need to pull out your pen and paper and be taking notes. So that means he's about to be dropping a whole bunch of gems. He's about to be giving us the whole jewelry box up in here, because that is true. Talking
Yes.
about procrastination. But you know what? I honestly, because sometimes procrastination is just not just because a person don't want to tackle it. There could be some other things at play why people procrastinate. And I have found that when I think about other entrepreneurs, other business owners, and even myself, especially because I'm a creative. So I know when it's a task, then I try to get to the root of what that is so that I don't self what kill myself, right? Kill myself, knock me out of the game. How do you help people when you believe that
Yes.
that
Yes.
procrastination is really hindering them and it's more to it? How do you approach that?
I tell people all the time, God has not given us the spirit of fear. So you got to believe in yourself enough that if God brought you to it, He's going to bring you the clients as well. And that's one of the things that I really stand on. I believe that if God put me in that situation, He's not going to leave me on that island by myself. He's going to make sure that I have the clients. He's going to make sure that I have the education. He's going to make sure that I have the talent to be able to be successful at whatever I do. I tell people also, keep in mind that there are people like Madam C.J. Walker that if she would have stayed in her situation and not move, she could have found herself not becoming the millionaire that she became. And so I tell people, I know, understand you don't want to move too fast, but you don't want to sit still long either.
Yeah, because some things will require you to move quick because there is a such thing as missing an opportunity. And you would hate for that to be you in your case. So that's
Yes,
why there are
yes,
certain things that we really should have in order. Because I know what is it? The old folks say, don't put the cart before the
yes,
horse. It's really positioning yourself.
yes,
If I got the phone call from Mr. Tucker just called me. Can I quickly send him my assets? Can I send him the things that if they were about to make, these are the decision makers. Do I have the things in place on my computer, on my desktop, at my fingertip that I could send them the necessary information that would be able to paint the best possible picture of me so that someone would want to choose me. So I agree with that. How
yes.
do you what is some of the challenges when you think about being in this position? Now I heard you said at the beginning it was nerve-wracking, and I love that because that is so true. That is the truth. What have you found in your
Yes.
10 years that could still be somewhat challenging in what it is that you get to do? You're trying to teach people how to make money. What are some of those challenges that you still face with some of the
Yes.
people?
So I would say there's four challenges that I talk about often, even in my presentation, that kind of cause people not to move forward. The first one is when you look at inflation. The cost of living is steady going up, but our paychecks aren't going up at the same rate. And so because of that, people are scared to spend money. Because if you look at it, the price of gas 10 years ago, the price of clothes, food, all that 10 years ago is not compared to what the price is now. So that's the first one, inflation. That's what we call the silent killer. The second
Mm.
thing that's hurting people from really getting that financial literacy down pat is taxes. You got federal, state, FICA, Social Security. Then you got property tax. Then you got sales tax. So taxes is hitting you all around the corner. Then the third thing is debt. I call debt the prison guard because debt keeps people chained to their job longer than they want to be there. Many people, if they had the
Mhm.
option or the choice, they would rather roll over in bed, but they got to roll out of bed because they got a mortgage to pay, car note to pay. The fourth thing is big business. This is huge because big business, believe it or not, hurts people financially too. Because if you think about it, every single month there's a holiday, and every single month we participate in those holidays and spend our hard-earned money. So think about it. January we got New Year sales, February Valentine's Day sales, March spring break sales, April Easter sales, May Memorial and Mother Day sales, June Father Day sales, July 4th of July sales, August back to school sales, September Labor Day sales, October Halloween sales, November you got Veterans Day, you got Thanksgiving, you got Black Friday, you got Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. What about birthday sales, graduation sales, anniversary sales? So these are challenges that are stopping people from really doing good with their finances. And the last one, I'll give you a bonus, is a job. I always tell people, I still work a job. I'm thankful for my job, but I made in my mind that a job will be a comma in my sentence, not a period. So here's what job stands for. When you first wake up in the morning, you JOB, you jump out of bed. You brush your teeth, you comb your hair, and then you JOB again, you jump on the beltway. Some of us 1 hour, 2 hours, depending on where we live and
Mhm.
where we work at. And we get to work and they give us a check that we got a JOB, juggle over bills, and then we work on that job 40 plus years and realize that we've been on a journey of the growth. So again, be thankful for your job, but make sure you understand that you need to have multiple streams of income outside of your job because trust and believe your job can fail you.
Look at you. Look at you. Boom, boom, boom. I hope y'all was taking notes on that. Okay, come on, note takers, money makers, right? Action takers, because in some cases you have to be a fast action
That's
taker.
right.
I know it was one platform I used to be on. It was like, who are our fast action takers? And that was because when a call to action went out,
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
who's ready to implement, who's ready to execute, right? Because you have to then position
Yes.
yourself as someone that is known for execution. Because you could have all the skill, all the talent, all the know-how in the world, but if you're not ready to implement, if you're not ready to execute, then you just a smart person doing nothing. And so I like
It's
that.
funny you say that because I do an exercise sometimes at some of my conferences where I'll take a $20 bill out of my pocket and I'll say the first person who brings me $10 can have this $20 bill. And then somebody, $10 bill can have this $5 bill. First person bring me a $1 bill can have this $5 bill. That showed a lot of people that when opportunity comes, sometimes you got to be ready for it. There are some people that there are some people that I didn't have the 10, I didn't have the 5, but sometimes you got to be ready because opportunity sometimes only knocks once.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say, opportunity is like a ball-headed thing. It'll flip away. Yeah, yeah. So I understand that. I get that, and yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I practice that because it's being ready. I rather have the information. I rather have stuff and not need it than need it and not
Yes,
have it. When I think about the showing up in your business,
yes,
showing up for yourself. And anyone, if you're looking and listening and you still work your 9 to 5, that's your funder. That's funding you and preparing you for where it is that you know you want to do. That's the funder. So like he said,
Yes.
you'd be grateful for that funder because it's positioning you for more. So don't despise the small beginnings when you know that you
Yes.
have a bigger call and purpose on your life. You keep pushing, you keep planning, you keep stacking your coin, you keep making the investment, you keep
Yes.
stretching yourself, you keep getting the tools and the knowledge that you need because this
Yes.
world needs you. We're gonna say it. We're gonna say it. This world needs you. Now, Mr. Tucker, Mr. Tucker, Mr. Tucker,
Yes.
uh, oftentimes you are seen as Mr. Positivity. You are constantly encouraging people to be about their best life, right? And to walk in it. What is it that you find? Because we talked
Yes.
about the struggle, but
Yes.
what do you find that you are most happy about, or I should say joy, right? Because happy, it can go based off what is happening. What brings you joy about the business that you're in?
What brings me the most joy is I have an opportunity to be a servant leader. I have an opportunity to serve people and help them get out of the situation that they may be in that may be hindering them from moving forward. I have the opportunity to show people some strategies on how to fix their credit so that they can buy that dream house that they want or buy that dream car that they want. I have an opportunity for to help someone to get out of debt where debt has been holding them back from moving forward or leaving that job because they're like, I can't leave the job because I got debt to pay. So I have an opportunity to help them get out of debt. I have an opportunity to show people how to invest, so that they can go ahead and have generational wealth, not for their just for their children, but for their children's children. So again, the most empowering part for me is being a servant leader. That's the most joy that I get out of this business.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful because we are all purposed. And there is something that we all, like everybody, if you are put here, you are here by design. It is not by default. I believe I'm a believer. It doesn't matter how it happened because some people will say, well, Shawana, you don't know my story. It doesn't matter. I don't have to know your story to know that if you are here and if you're under the sound listening or looking into this conversation, God still has more for you. And so I want to encourage you to keep pushing, keep moving,
Yes,
keep pushing, keep moving. And when this conversation, having platforms like this is to let you know that you are not alone.
yes,
There are other people that get it, right? We get it. And understanding
yes,
the blessing, its benefits. Yes, there's days where I know, like he said, it was nerve wracking where you be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But we have to remember our why. We have to remember our why.
yes,
Why did we get started? And why do we even continue to do the things that we do? So when I want you to right now,
yes.
uh, Keith, to just speak to that entrepreneur right now and just encourage that entrepreneur for a moment, if you would.
Yes, I would tell any entrepreneur there's 4 seasons of success. The first season is the season of preparation. This is a season where you actually start preparing for the success that you desire in business. And so prepare yourself. So how do you prepare yourself? Make sure that you go out and get your business cards, your brochures. Also prepare yourself for the word no, entrepreneurs, because guess what? You're going to hear the word no. I hear the word no. But let me encourage you that no stands for next one or next opportunity, or sometimes they don't know enough to move forward with you. So that's the first season, the season of preparation. The second season, entrepreneur, is the season of planting. You got to plant seeds and you got to plant them consistently. So how do you plant seeds? Now that you got business cards, make sure you pass them out. Now that you got brochures, make sure you pass them out. Make sure that you post on social media, not just once a day, but every day. You got to talk about your business on 2 occasions, when you feel like it and when you don't feel like it. But you got to plant those seeds consistently, and you got to understand that every seed you plant is not going to grow overnight. A lot of people have that idea that when they plant seeds, they're going to have the same experience that Jack and the Beanstalk had. He planted those seeds, and overnight they grew. But sometimes you're going to plant seeds on good ground, and sometimes you're going to plant on bad ground. There's no way for you to know. Your job is just to plant them and plant them consistently. The third season, entrepreneur, is the season of pruning. This is a hard season, entrepreneurs, for people, because this is a season where you got to let some people go. Listen to me, entrepreneurs. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. If you continue to hang around people that speak negative speaking death into your business, you may find yourself giving up on your goals and your dreams. And so I highly recommend that you let some people go. I'm not saying unfriend them, but don't be around people that speak negative around your business. Then you got to also let go of excuses. Some of us can go to our jobs when it's rain, sleet, or snow, but when it comes to building your own business, we make excuses. We got to let those go. And the last season is the season of prosperity. This is the season that we all look forward to because now we get a chance to see all those seeds that we planted grow into maturity, and we now have an opportunity to make some serious cash. But I encourage you, entrepreneurs, as you make this money in your business, make sure that you invest back into your business because a lot of times we spend on liabilities when we should be investing in assets. So that's my encouragement to any, and I'll give you this bonus. Make sure that you are durable because being an entrepreneur is not hard. It's not for the weak. Number two, once you got durability, you got to be flexible, have flexibility because you got to understand that you got to be flexible at times. You may have to adjust your time schedule. You might have to adjust who you talk to, who your because all money ain't good money. Keep that in mind for us. And then last and not least, we talked about durability. We talked about flexibility, but here's the most important one you need. You need accountability. You need someone that's going to hold you accountable and say, hey, what did you do today? How many clients did you call today? You know, what meetings did you do? You know, you want to be able to have someone that's going to hold you accountable so that you can have the success. See, I have an accountability partner that calls me every single week and say, hey, Keith, what did you do this week? And I got to make sure I have something positive to say. So those three things right there, durability, flexibility, and accountability can be a huge asset to each and every entrepreneur that's listening.
Woo! I hope y'all taking all of this down, because he is like every other phrase. He is giving us some tools and things for us just to even consider and to think about along this entrepreneurial journey. I want to know, Keith, though, what is next for you? What's going on next for you?
So my next goal is, unfortunately, last year I had my daughter had passed away, and my what's next for me is I want to write a book to basically be an encouragement to maybe another parent that may be struggling with the same type of situation or just struggling with their child, maybe be hearing bad news about the child might not live. So I want to be able to write a book that prayerfully be an encouragement to some other parents. So that's my number one goal. And then number two, I am teaming up with another young lady. We're going to write a financial book together. And so those are my big plans that are coming up, hopefully to completion this year.
That's wonderful. With that, what you just mentioned, and yes, definitely praying for you, you and your wife. I want to know, and if you could possibly
Thank you. Thank you.
help a business owner or entrepreneur, just someone that's listening, when you think about, because God, He makes no mistakes, and when He made that
Makes no mistake.
decision, when He made that decision, how was it for you to, when you think about getting back into the swing of things, because you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. How did you navigate that when it was time for you to say, okay, to everything there's a season, even a time for mourning? How was it for you to jump start
Yes.
yourself again?
So at the first, I ain't gonna lie, the first 2 days was really hard for me. But then I realized that my daughter was my why. In entrepreneurships, in any business, that's how you gotta make sure you have a why. And why stands for what helps you. And my daughter is what helped me have the success that I had in my business thus far. You know, being able to have a goal in mind to be able to help her have a better life, help her have more things out of life. She was my why. And so that was what encouraged me to say, keep, wipe the dust off, get on your feet, and let's go. And because of that, she's my why. And that's why I continue to strive hard to be a servant to other people to help them win.
That is so wonderful. And now we know that you definitely have an angel that is watching over you and looking out for you. And so when you get those big wins, I know
Yes.
that you look up and thank God that He is now, besides Himself, He now has a special
Yes.
angel that is assisting you and right there close. And so
Yes.
that's beautiful. That really is beautiful. That's beautiful. I
Yes.
appreciate you pausing for the
Thank you.
cause
Thank you.
to stop by the C suite and to just really share, to pour out, and to give some things for us to consider, some things for us to remember along this journey, because it is a journey. It is a journey. It's not, this is not this sprint. It is a journey, and it's how we choose to navigate this space, because like you said, it's not for the faint at heart. We already know that this is not for everybody, but for the people that it is. We're rooting for you. We're rooting for your rise. We're excited about the people that you get to serve. Like I said, we get to serve, and I appreciate you for stopping by the C-Suite. And so make sure you are following Keith Tucker on all social media platforms. Become a part of his community. Get in there and see what this young man is doing, because I'm telling you, he is giving you something. When he said he posts every day, he posts every day. So that way people know what is it. If they don't know you, they don't know you. And so you need to be okay. I'm big on one of the things that I talk about is the being seen, being heard, and increasing your visibility. And I say in this case, as what we're doing right now, your video visibility, because people need to know what is the value that you add. And sometimes, yes, they can see you, but every now and then they need to see and they need to hear you. So we do appreciate you again, Keith Tucker, for stopping by the C-Suite. We already know this won't be his last time. And I appreciate you.
Yes. Yeah. I appreciate you for inviting me. It has definitely been a pleasure. Yes, I will say this to everybody. I want you all to do me a favor. I know I can't see everybody, but I want you to do this for me virtually. I want you to take this finger, put it in one ear, and I want you to say this after me. I am a winner. I am an overcomer. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to have several clients, and I am going to be a multi-millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire in the years to come. And the reason I said put your finger in your ear is I didn't want it to go in one ear and come out the other. Thank you so much.
I love it, y'all. Y'all see that? He was giving us something coming in and going out. That was on purpose. We appreciate you for stopping by the C-Suite. See you next time. Mr. Tucker, don't you go nowhere. This episode is brought to you by Kennedy Media, your ultimate partner in content creation, video recording, and digital marketing. Be seen, be heard, and increase visibility in your business. Contact us today at KennedyMediaLLC.com, KennedyMediaLLC.com, and unlock your brand's full potential.